All right, so today I'm doing this by myself. My daughter is a co-captain in the color guard at school there, and they had an extra practice or something. Anyway, she's there, so she'll edit this after I've done screwed it up pretty good. So what we're doing currently, I'm making my favorite dish, which is I'm frying up some potatoes and I'm cutting some beets and I put in with it. So I'm frying some beets and potatoes up together. That's going to be my side dish. What I'm working on now is chicken pesto. So what I just started, and I forgot to hit record, was I just beat out the chicken. I've made it thinner and made it a little bit wider so I can put my pesto and a few other ingredients on there. All right, so let's take a look real quick. All right, so here is our chicken, and we're getting ready to prep it with our pesto and everything else. So hang on one second. Okay, so here we go. Pesto. Let me get my spoon. Mm-hmm. And I went ahead and started melting my butter in my skillet for this wrap. Okay, we got a nice good portion of pesto on each of these chicken breasts. Now, obviously I had to skin them, and I tried to get as much of the fat and all the other stuff off of it as possible before beating it down, making it thin. Normally I would just cut it thin, but I was being a little lazy tonight. So, okay, pesto. Next, what I need is okay, so next I need to get my cheese here. Just so much easier to cut it and wrestle with it. Alright, so what we're going to do, this is baby Swiss. We're going to put some baby Swiss in there. Okay. And I know how much the kids enjoy provolone, so we're going to throw a little provolone on there as well. So there's the provolone. Now we're going to roll this up. And it's a little too thick to be rolling it, but we're going to get it. I'm going to stay positive until we do. All right. A little sloppy, but that's okay. Toothpick. Take a toothpick. I'll just hold that right there. Okay. Take another toothpick, and we're going to hold that right there. Okay. Now, the only difference I do is I'm going to take some turkey bacon and I'm going to wrap. I'm going to wrap this up pretty good with it. Okay. Yes. Now, I've got that started. Okay. Now let's put these back in. Okay. Got that started. Okay. And now I want to hold it a little. And this is a little messy, all because I took a shortcut and did not thin out the chicken meat. So that's quite my fault. If I would have thinned the chicken breast out a little better, this would have held a lot better. Okay. Okay. Now, what we want to do is use these toothpicks to just kind of hold this in place. And the dogs, they can smell it, and they're sniffing around, which drives me crazy. But what can I do at the moment? Okay, so let's move this. That one did good. Okay. I'm sure there's probably a much easier way of doing this, but I'm just your regular Joe and not a gourmet chef, so okay. All right, now pin this up really good, and then we've got that going for us now. Okay, not too bad of a job so far. Does look a lot messy, I understand. And I use these toothpicks. If I do this right, I should be able to get everything to hold perfectly. Okay, so I think it was Emerald Lagasse who used to say "bam" all the time. All right. And now here we go. All right, so we're good and covered. Now what we're going to do, you can do one of two things. You can put this in a skillet, which is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to bake it down, but you can put this in a skillet and start getting it to work. We put roughly 6 tablespoons in, and now we're going to transfer this over. All right. All right. So we've got this going. We put it in, and we're going to let that start working on this side. Then about 3-4 minutes. Then we're going to flip it. This is my beets, fried beets and potatoes. I want those a little more brown, I think. These are both root or tuber vegetables, and are very good for the body. So, interesting fact, this little recipe here of the fried beets and potatoes, apparently it's been in our family for a while, but I kept asking my mom, where did it come from, where did it come from? Truth of the matter is this. Where it came from is the Appalachians, whatever you want to call it, Appalachia. They were settled by a lot of Irish and Scottish, and those guys are from the Highlands, the mountains in the UK there. And when they came over here, when they got to the Appalachian Mountains, it felt like home to them. And the way that they were able to survive the winters and such was they survived off potatoes and beets and frying them up together. Starches gave them energy, plus the beets was good for their heart and their blood, purified their blood. And, so apparently it was passed down through to my family from, people back in that had settled here from the UK and Scotland or the Irish. That needs to go back. There we go. We need to brown these up some more and turn the heat up just a hair. It's already smelling good, but we got to keep it together. So once we get these bacon, turkey bacon, once it starts hardening up there, and it'll hold it together. So what I'm going to do is turn this a little higher than medium high, and almost too high, but not quite on high. And we're going to give it 5 minutes on each side, and I'll do that, and then I'll lower it to medium heat, and I will give it about 25 minutes to 30 minutes to make sure that the chicken's done on the inside, and it should be prepared. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, so flipping it back over. Oh yeah, now you can see it's starting to hold together pretty good. One piece came out. So, we're doing good. The chicken is doing good. Now we're turning it back down to medium heat. And we're going to let it finish cooking out about 25 to 30 minutes. My beets and potatoes, they're doing pretty well also. They're not exactly fried to where they're burnt. I turned the heat back down just a hair so that I can manage them. Because I don't like the potatoes to be extremely hard. I don't mind a little burnt marks on them, a little golden brown, but I just don't want them burnt. And I know me, if I'm doing two things at once, I'm going to forget about one, and that's going to happen. Oh yeah, that tastes pretty good. So. Okay, so now I'm turning and getting the sides really good. Let them cook down some. Oops. Give that a few minutes, then we'll flip it on its other side. Give it a few minutes to darken up, and then we'll finish out the remaining time. Few more minutes. All right, so we got about, I would say, 10 more minutes to go. What I'm looking for is when I touch the meat. So the way I know my chicken is done is two ways. One, I always use some sort of thermometer. I want the internal heat to be around 160, 165. And two, when I poke the chicken, the meat, when I see clear juices coming out, I know that it is finished. If it's like a kind of a milky or like almost like a white or something substance coming out, no way is it done. Just give it a few more minutes. So what I didn't expect was the bacon wrapping around the chicken has kind of taken it a little bit longer than what I suspected. So we're going to be more closer to the 30-minute mark than we are the 25 minute mark that I was hoping for. So anyway, yeah, update in a minute. Alright, so the last one, was good. So we're at 163 instead of the 165. We're at 165.
Get off the couch. You don't have to go there. You can't be on the couch.
Okay. Alright, so we got this jewel done. She's looking pretty good. And what we're going to do is cut into it here. Oh yeah. That's completely done. Oh, there's a toothpick I forgot. Dylan, since you're home, you want to come taste test this? Oh, I need to get you a plate here. I'm going to try some of these with it. Alright, give that a try. Tell me what you think. Tyler would say it needs a one a knife.
Probably.
Another piece of bacon. Well, what do you think?
It's pretty good.
What? All right then. So you guys got my recipe now for bacon wrap pesto chicken. So Tyler gets home, she'll edit this and we'll post it as soon as we can. Enjoy.